Welcome back. This is the second to last episode of the Summoner playthrough. In the interest of pushing this playthrough forward in light of the upcoming update, I've decided to take down all of the mechanical bosses in this video. The timestamp for each boss can be seen below. It actually took me longer to record this single episode than it did to record all of the others combined. This is mostly due to the amount of difficulty I had with the twins. It took me a long time and many attempts to work out how to deal enough damage in one night to kill both twins without taking lethal damage myself or abusing the nurse NPC. Skeletron Prime also proved to be difficult, but it would have been over sooner if I'd remembered to re-equip my menacing summoner emblem in place of a fishing accessory. Of course, as with all summoner playthroughs pre 1.4, you'd start by farming a spider nest for spider armor and the spider staff. This is a big upgrade from the bee armor, but it still only provides 20 defense. Once latched onto an enemy, the spiders deal a huge amount of damage over time, however they easily lose grip on fast moving enemies and require you to bring them to a surface that they can either climb on or jump from to get reattached. This means the resulting DPS can be quite low compared to other classes. This isn't surprising, since the summoner class leaves you open to use another weapon of your choice to bridge the gap in DPS. However, it makes the summoner only playthroughs a challenge. Before approaching any of the mechanical bosses, I'd like to acquire a cross necklace to increase my invincibility duration after being hit. This is a rare drop from mimics. My underworld bridge didn't prove to be as effective as I'd like for farming mimics, so I decided to make my own enemy farm by clearing out a large section of the caverns. The farm also provided me with enough gold to reforge all of my items. I placed a layer of lava at the bottom of my farm to prevent any enemies from spawning on the lower platform, in order to increase the number of enemies up top. I built a home for my witch doctor in the jungle to allow me to buy leaf wings from it during the night. The wings cost 1 platinum, but they're some of the best wings you can get at this stage in the game. I fought the long-awaited Skeletron. With hard mode gear, it wasn't a challenge, but it was necessary. The dungeon holds the alchemy and bewitching tables, which I'll make much use of throughout the rest of this playthrough. I also need access to bones for the mechanical skull item, which is used to summon Skeletron Prime. For the destroyer, I built a solid platform in the sky and added some walls for my spiders to cling to. With this approach, the real boss are the probes that the destroyer sends out, although if you do fly upwards, it can cause the destroyer to climb up further and attack you. My first plan of using the unicorn mount instead of wings and boots was very unsuccessful, and I ended up teleporting away, which ended the fight. I was taking too much damage and moving too far away from the eyes for the spiders to latch on. My second attempt didn't turn out any better. I tried to use an improved arena to help me turn around, but Spasmatism followed too closely. I summoned them again in the same night, but the same happened and they ended up dying. As I would find out later, I wouldn't have had enough time to kill them anyway. For my fourth attempt, I ditched the arena and used a gravitational potion instead. This was a lot more promising, but my gravitational potion ran out and I didn't have another, so I ultimately ended up dying again. Looking back, I don't think I was dealing enough damage with this approach. I decided more potions were in order, so I built a farm for ingredients. I should have left a 4-tile gap in between the layers, since I ended up uprooting the blink root a few times when digging the lower layers. Skeletron appeared as a random event. I fought him for a while to get used to his attacks, but I wasn't well prepared, so I teleported away to end the fight. I summoned the twins again for the 5th time, with more gravitational potions this time. I wasn't able to deal enough damage during the rest of the night to defeat them, so they simply flew away come morning. I used the Blood Moon to try and farm the Black Lens, since it's required for the Optic stuff and it's very rare. It didn't drop on this occasion though. I summoned the twins once more. This attempt obviously wasn't successful, but it was a proof of concept since I was able to get Retinizer very low before morning. Again, I summoned the twins. Like every other time I failed, but this was the closest since Retinizer was very low on life and I died before morning, meaning I had more time to deal more damage. Finally, I summoned the twins for the last time, and this time things turned out differently. They do say 8th time's the charm. This night, I was lucky enough to get the black lens, so I could craft another summoning weapon, the Optic stuff. On technically my second attempt at Skeletron Prime, I focused one of his hands, which meant that I didn't deal enough damage to Skeletron Prime by morning, so he insta-killed me. You may have somehow noticed that I equipped the high-test fishing line accessory that I got from the Angler NPC. This accessory means that your fishing line will never break, and I switched it out for my menacing summoner emblem, which boosts my minion damage by 19%. I didn't switch back, so it probably won't be too surprising when you see me fail to deal enough damage to Skeletron Prime once again. It was a bit surprising for me though, since I focused the head this time and yet dealt even less damage by the morning. Finally, I take on my last mechanical boss and prevail. It definitely wasn't a smooth introduction to hard mode, but it certainly was good to get it over with, because the positive summoner experience really starts after Plan Terra is defeated.